am about to do something I think I am pretty much going to regret.
This is our journey. Welcome to the Betancourts homestead.
Let me show you something. I am literally out in the middle of nowhere. There's a few houses. I am heading out to a farm. Actually heading out to a sweet lady that lives on this farm to look at something, to see if I want to endeavor a project to repair it. And I gotta tell you, I'm terrified. I did it, people. I either did something totally stupid or totally brilliant. Oh my gosh. I still can't believe what just happened. And I hope I didn't make the massive mistake ever. Or I could give you the update right now. So far, I have it unloaded from my car, and I have the big, it's right now, I'm just calling it a paperweight. And it's sitting in my garage. We're walking around it. I have a call into my favorite electrician, and he has a 3-week wait list. So I am currently waiting. It should be about the first 2 weeks in December, he said, that he'll be out here, and he'll be having to wire it in, especially into the house. So we're waiting for him to come out and wire it, and then I can plug it in and we can all start testing it. Right now, it is either, like I said, a big money, throwaway, or it is something that I am going to be able to fix. It does have issues, and it is broken, so I need to do a lot of testing, and I figured we would do that together to see if we can get it to work. So it's either the best decision I ever made or one of the worst. Let's hope it's the best. But right now we're waiting for the electrician. That's the update. Keep following me, because we're going to, I'll let you guys all know what it is. Oh, but the look on my husband's face when I told him what I did, that was priceless. You'd think he would be used to me by now. I have got a lot of work to do in the garage because the electrician is coming tomorrow, so I can finally reveal my surprise. Because it's only been since November. He raised his prices in January, and I mentioned, I had to point out to him, you do know I called you mid-November, right? I waited so long for him. I don't care what it costs right now, but don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Right now, I need to start emptying shelves and moving stuff around so that he has access to where he needs to be. And I need to go in and make him bread because I told him I would have bread here for him when he was here. Okay, gotta go. Talk to you guys later. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm so excited. The electrician just left. Guess what that means? This is what I happened to get at that lady's house. And I had to have an electrician come and wire it because it has a different plug. And he had to give me a dedicated outlet for it. While he was here, might as well have him give me a dedicated outlet for this bad puppy, my dehydrator. Yeah, I'm so excited right now. I did have to dismantle a fifth of my garage, so I am putting that back together and putting the car back in. But you and I, everybody, I'm going to need help figuring out and troubleshooting this guy because there is something wrong with him. Which is why I said it was either the biggest mistake of my life or the best decision of my life. So, there you go. Everything is, I gotta put it all together. I gotta go watch videos. I've always wanted one, but no clue what I'm doing. Okay, I'm like really so excited. Oh, cooling vacuum. Cancel. It's on. I just plugged it in. I just turned it on. I have no clue about anything. I watched a couple videos on just how to set it up. I got the seal on, I got this on. I spent like 30 minutes looking for the cover. They don't send the covers anymore because they don't want you, I guess they had a lot of user error. So anyways, I got it all set up. I now know it has power. Now I can go sit in the chair and just kind of like come down from my adrenaline high that it has power. and then we can come in and play with it. I have to go make a run into town though. There you go. Aren't you so excited? I'm like really excited. I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing, but we're along on the ride on this journey together. We're in the garage. We've decided we were going to run a test mode to see. So we had to adjust the door. The door wasn't sealing correctly, and we had to research that. And then we put it in freeze mode to test it. And now we're doing a vacuum mode, and we went from like, what were we at?
2100.
21,000?
21,000.
And now we're at 4,000. We have to wait for it to go to 500. If it goes below 500, then it's a successful test. So we'll just have to see. And there we go. Am I the only one that's just like standing here going, there's so much pressure going on? Like, what's the chances of it just going?
No,
He's
it's gonna
just
suck.
having
It
fun.
sucks inward. Doesn't blow out.
Oh, so.
Yeah, we suck in.
Oh, okay, okay.
1800.
He gets so excited over the cutest things.
Do it. You can do it. You're my little buddy. Come on. It's 1600. Ooh, go, 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 go.
But it does sound like we're at an auction, and you're like an auction person. What
1400. 1400. We got 1400. 1400 again. 1400. Everybody got 1400. 1400. 1400. 1400. 1400. No, 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 no.
1300.
1300. 1300.
Look at that.
Drop it like it rock. Drop it like door properly.
Yeah, we had to adjust the door properly because now we got a really good seal.
Don't show them.
Okay, he says don't show you the tape. This is how we got the door adjusted on this whole side. This whole side. Because the door would not
We're going,
close.
babe. We're going for it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Come on, baby. Come
We
on.
might make it.
We're gonna do it. Come
And look at that. We're at 707.
on. Come on. Oh, there she is. There she. Oh,
Okay.
she's done.
Our test is successful.
Push it done.
Yeah. There you go.
And then we open
Open the valve.
the valve.
And we open the door.
After depressurizer, right? We ready?
Okay, yeah, and he's gonna open the door. It's my little jerry jig rig. Oh yeah, it's cold in there. I'm not touching the side. I don't want to stick to it.
Burr.
Burr! That is our first initial testing.
We did it.
There is something wrong with it, so we're going to continue to work through to see if we can figure it out. But so far, I'm happy. We're back in the garage and we are playing with it. So yesterday we did the whole adjustment of the door and figuring everything out. There's my sidekick. And he did the adjustment of the door.
2 hours worth.
2 hours worth. 2 hours worth. And we ran the diagnostic tests and they all came back perfect. And now we are going to run a bread test, and we had an extra tray, so we threw on some sliced grapes because if they turn out, they turn out. If they don't, they don't. We're totally new to this. We have no clue what we are doing. We're just following the tests that they say to do in the book when you open it up for the first time, so we shall see. We're running its first little initializing test. Good morning. We went to bed when it was in the vacuum freeze drying. It is now in the drying mode. It's been in there for 10 hours. We went to bed. We just woke up, and we'll see how it goes. We have 1:41 left. We are actually finished with this test, so we're going to open the door and we're going to take the items out, show them what the bread is like, because the bread is what we were originally testing. And the bread is it dry?
Oh, it's so dry, it's gonna blow away.
Yeah. Ooh!
Tastes like bread.
Tastes like bread. Okay, there you go. And the grapes are what we put it back in for, and they're still moist, but because we were doing this experiment for the bread, we're stopping it because these are like really good and we're just gonna eat these. And oh my gosh, they're really good. They probably need about another 2 to 3 hours to be perfect, but for us, I can see these going to work with him for a snack tomorrow.
And we're not gonna store these.
No, we're not storing these. So these we're just picking out. So we're gonna do the whole defrost thing and finish this all out. So far it appears the test is going good. Now we need to start trying to work up with more moist things to see if we can get a good dry on the moist things.
And I'm gonna throw that.
Okay, you're wanting my freeze dryer. What everybody was asking what I did for the first batch. The first batch was a test run, was the bread with 1 tray of grapes. We didn't even let the grapes finish. We cut them in half, just so that you know. But we didn't even let them finish drying because that would be my driveway alarm. We didn't let the grapes finish drying because they were taking way too long. So we did a second batch with just grapes because we had 4 trays of bread and 1 of grapes. And we figured, let's just do a whole entire batch of grapes and see how long it takes. It took 40 hours. And then I did some more research. Only half of the chamber is filling up with the ice, you know, that goes around. So it's got a huge chamber and only half. And I knew this going in. I knew this was why I paid the price I paid for it. Last night I had the most amazing phone call with Mimi here on TikTok, and she was just she's a sweetheart. She's absolutely sweet. Fell in love even more with her. Totally wish I lived where she is and we could be neighbors. But she was telling me how she freeze dries bananas, and not to do a puree because it just totally fails, but to do them like this. So I'm hoping, Mimi, I understood you right. Sometimes my ears hear things, and by the time they get into my brain and my brain does them, they're like totally backwards. So I'm hoping that this is right. And I'm putting them in a Ziploc bag. I don't have an extra set of trays. That's something that I would love to order. And I'm going to put these in the freezer, and I'm going to start freezing my next batch because I put halved grapes in the freeze dryer right now. But I wanted to say thank you, sweetheart. I hope this is right.